So today we're looking at how we're going to use, when are you ever going to use systems of equations? What's the purpose? And it's really more with the applications. So now that we know how to solve them, we're going to use some applications. Our steps are on the top. We define our variables. We write a system of equations. We solve them. And then we have to go back and actually make sure we've answered the question that was asked. So the first one says, the cost of 3 boxes of envelopes and 4 boxes of notebook paper is $13.25. 2 boxes of envelopes and 6 boxes of notebook paper cost $17. Find the cost of each. I need to define my variables. And when they're talking the cost of each, that's often what they're telling us to find is what we're going to use as our variables. So we have envelopes and notebook paper. It doesn't matter which one's Y and which one's X. I'm putting envelopes as X because I saw it first. And then 3 boxes of envelopes, or 3X, plus 4Y is equal to $13.25. And then 2 boxes of envelopes, so 2X plus 6Y is equal to 17. Most of these are set up that elimination is going to be the best kind of way to solve these. So I'm going to multiply the top by 2 and the bottom by -3. So this is 6X plus 8Y equals 2650. Notice I'm not putting the dollar signs in here. Putting in the dollar signs really wouldn't work. It just kind of, that was not what I wanted. Putting in the dollar signs, it just clutters up our equations. We're going to add that in that step 4. So we're just kind of continuing with that elimination method. And I get -24.5 dividing by -10. I should get positive answers for these because I'm looking for a cost. And so when I'm working on these, you want to kind of make sure that answer makes sense. Decimals are okay because I'm looking at the fact that we are in money. So we still have we can have the change. So this tells me that notebook paper, I'm going to go ahead and write this one out since I found this. Notebook paper is, and I'm going to put my dollar sign in here, $2.45 each. And then I'm going to figure out what envelopes would be. Envelopes are, okay, so now I have to, again, just like I normally would with elimination, 3X plus 4 times 245 equals 1325, which is 860. So I'm going to subtract off the 860. So 3X equals 465. Divide that by 3. And X equals $1.55. 2 is very similar, so I'm going to have you try that one on your own and just to kind of see what you can come up with. Same with 3. They're kind of that same idea. 4 is a little bit different. So 4 says the town recreation department ordered a total of 100 baseballs and bats for the summer baseball camp. Baseballs cost $4.50 each and bats cost $20 each. The total purchase was $8.22. How many of each item was ordered? So X is going to equal baseballs. And again, it doesn't matter because if you switched them around by the time you're done, X would still refer to whatever you defined it as, and you'll get the same prices. This one, instead of each sentence kind of being its own thing, we're going to have to talk about one thing is talking about our total items. So we know what equals 100. And the other one's going to have everything to do with money. So equals 822. The total items is simply baseballs plus bats. So when we have this kind of a one, we have an X plus Y. And then we have 450. So 4.5X plus 20Y equals 822. Again, elimination tends to be the easiest. We could easily use a substitution if you prefer to do that as well. I am going to multiply the top by -4.5. I'm not exactly sure why I put parentheses around the bottom. Maybe they just look pretty. Minus 4.5y equals -450. And then I'm rewriting my other one. And I was just doing my last subtraction. So that's going to be 372. 15.5y and divide. This one we shouldn't get decimals because it wouldn't make sense to have a fractional portion. And so we get y equals 24. So we know we have 24 bats. And then we're going to figure out our baseballs. The easiest way to do that is the top one. So I'm going to do 100 minus 24 to figure out that we have 76 baseballs. And we can do a quick check. I would just type in my calculator 4.5 times 24 plus 20. Oops, those are the wrong ones. I wrote down bats first, but bats are Y. So 4.5 times 76 plus 20 times 24, and I would just type that into my calculator, which is 822. I just want to go through one last one with us, which is the last one on here. Then the other ones you're kind of working on your own. A collection of dimes and nickels is worth $3.30. If there's 42 coins in all, how many of each coin are there? Very similar to what we did in the first one. X equals dimes. Y equals nickels. Our amount, X plus Y equals 42. Our money, this is the one where people, for whatever reason, struggle with because it's not listed in there. But I know how much a dime is worth. A dime is worth 10 cents. So I'm going to put 0.1 X. If you were to put this as 10 cents, then you need to change all the rest of your money into pennies. So instead of $3.30, I need to use it as 330. The 42 coins is still the same, but just know that you have to be careful with how you're doing this. Nickels would be 0.05 Y. They are 5 cents each. Equals $3.30. And then I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but this gives you that setup and you are able to do all your calculations at that point. The answer key is going to be online, so go ahead and check your answers based on that.